Tank beats Ghost. Tank beats the Brick Zone. Tank beats everything. My name is Will, and this is the Halo Mega Block set, Scorpion Sting. The set includes 616 pieces, and it was released in summer 2015. Here is the beautiful, brand new Scorpion Sting tank. At the time I record this video, Halo 5 Guardians has not been released yet, so I am not sure how this vehicle operates compared to the old Scorpion tank. Speaking of which, I will try to refrain from making too many comparisons to the old Mega Bloks Scorpion tank, because I will be putting that in a separate comparison video, so keep an eye out for that. Right now, let's focus on this Scorpion tank right here. This is the Scorpion Sting. Its primary color is military green, and its secondary colors are silver, black, and a little bit of white. And like I said, I haven't played the final game yet since it has not been released. So as far as I know, at least to my eyes right now, it pretty much looks like a Scorpion tank. Most of the changes or the differences seem to be minor and purely aesthetic, as far as I know. But the cool thing about that, with these details, is that all of them are printed. There are absolutely no stickers in this set, which most new Halo Mega Bloks sets, most of them share that. So, there on the front of these two treads, you see the two UNSC logos. And on the side of the treads, the armored skirts for the treads, you can see the stripes. And you also see two more stripes there on the turret. So those are just, oh, and another UNSC logo there, along with the other side. Those are most of the printed details, and some on these barrels. Other than that, you have the signature 4 treads that come with a Scorpion tank. And you have the secondary machine gun turret up at the front, and that rotates around, and you have space to put the driver for that. That includes Spartan, and as you can see here, you can rotate the main turret with the main cannon 360 degrees. You can also rotate the secondary turret 360 degrees as well. No matter which way the main cannon or the main turret is facing, so that's pretty cool. But if we rotate the main turret to the side, you can take the other figure included in the set, open up that hatch there, and just put him in. Works out pretty well. So, while we're looking at this angle, if you take a look at the treads, I already mentioned the stripes. You have this disc in silver, and some more silver here, these tiles and tile on the top, and a lot of extra detail or textures added there, I think, as well as plates and tiles, which, you know, make the treads look less flat, gives them some more texture, some more shape, which I guess I don't think is completely necessary, but I guess it keeps it from looking boring and plain. I think a really interesting thing that I found when I was building this, or after I had this fully built, is the back. So the shape of the back here looks very familiar to Scorpion tanks. But I think the interesting thing with this model is that these are on hinges, so you can actually open these up. So, like I said, at the time I am filming this review, I haven't played the game, so I'm not sure if this is going to be an in-game feature, but there is space in there. I can even stick my fingers in there quite a bit. So, you can definitely store things, or even troops in there. Maybe not the new style of figures with a new articulation and interchangeable armor, but maybe the old style. They could possibly fit in there. So I found that interesting, and I was wondering maybe if in the new game that would be a function of the tank, like if you could actually carry multiple troops in there instead of just having Marines or Spartans sit on the treads like they usually do in previous games. But at the time of this video, like I said, I don't know. It would definitely be really cool though. So, you know, you have the treads, they're pretty much the same on both sides. And with the detailing there. Here's another look at the main turret rotating, which just looks really cool. I think this whole thing has pretty beefy look to it. It looks like it has good mass. There's the main cannon, barrel, and this sticking up here, which is new. And with that, in addition to being able to rotate the turret, you can also aim the main cannon up, as high as that. So, you can aim all the way up there. And on the opposite spectrum, you can aim it downwards to about as low as there. And I think that's pretty useful. And really good that it is able to do that. Because you can either be shooting at aircraft, or you can point it down like this to shoot at infantry or something. So it's cool that you can do both, because I know some tanks with some building sets are unable to have that much range. That's really nice. I think the other cool thing about it is that I think it's pretty well hidden with all of this, the turret. So it just comes together really well, and it doesn't look that obvious. It's nice. You can see there, not sure if that's like a minigun or something, but you can also angle this up and down if you'd like. So, pretty cool tank overall. Just one last look at it from all around. That is the Scorpion's Sting. Here's just a better look at the Scorpion Sting from the top, so you can see some of that additional silver detailing here with the tile and on the top of the turret. But I just want to show it in action, so here, if you press down, you can just roll it along on its treads. And here you can see they work really well. They don't get jammed or stuck like the old version. Just roll along. So, very nice quality with the treads. Also, if I didn't mention earlier, here are the two headlights in the front of the tank. And I thought another important thing to point out is that those treads, the way they're attached, they are attached with pins, like the old one, but I think an important difference to point out is that they have friction in them, so I can lift the entire tank like this, and the treads will stay in place. With the old version, they would flop vertically and just fall forward. But here, to prevent that, sorry, I just took out one of the headlights. Those pins have more friction in them, and they also have some more pins, if you look closely there, to prevent it from just going like this. Like what I just did there. Like, this is what the old one would do a lot when you would just lift it up. So, they have those there to prevent it from doing that. So it is no longer a problem, and you're all set to drive around in your tank, blowing things up. And like I said, this thing has a good mass to it. Doesn't look flimsy or anything. Overall, a great tank. The set includes 3 figures. From left to right, you get Spartan Buck, a Spartan Protector, and a Covenant Elite Miner. Let's start with Buck. I think that Buck will be a major reason people buy this set, regardless of if they want the Scorpion Sting tank. I think officially named characters from Halo are pretty desirable with these Mega Bloks sets, and they tend to spread them out in different sets, so you'll have to get them all to complete, a team. So in this case, to complete Fireteam Osiris, you'll have to get this set to get Buck. So, as for the figure itself, his armor looks like it is in some sort of dark gray color. Although it looks like it has a tint of green, it kind of messes with my eyes. I don't know what you guys think. His visor, it's this really cool, I guess maybe lime or neon green color. And he comes armed with an assault rifle. And as his name suggests, he is now Spartan Buck, formerly known as Gunnery Sergeant Buck. So, he stepped up. In the middle there, we have a Spartan Protector. His armor comes in red, but he also has white detailing there on his helmet. Not sure if that's the visor or if that's just armor detailing, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm not familiar with the Protector variant, so I'm not sure how accurate it looks from the game, or compared to the game. He comes armed with an SMG, and I thought this was pretty interesting. At first I thought this was a new mold of the SMG, but it is actually the old one. So I looked in my collection and found an old painted SMG. This is from one of those figure packs. Now it's old. And here in my other hand I have the new SMG. Well, new relevant to this one. So the newer one was significantly smaller, which I actually prefer, because I was actually going to say that the size of this SMG makes it a little difficult to pose with the figure. So it's kind of tough to have him hold it with both hands, which is a shame, what with the new articulation and the interchangeable armor. So with that additional articulation, you can hold most guns pretty well, but in this case I was having some trouble doing that, so I just left it there. And last, at the end, we have a Covenant Elite Miner. Nothing special in my opinion, and I'm not really a fan of the new style of elites, but it is what it is. And he comes armed with a storm rifle. So, for figures, I think this is pretty good for the set, and I think it is actually a nod to the first Scorpion tank, which included a red Spartan 4, along with just a regular combat elite, in those same colors. So I like that little reference. As for Buck, I think he is a pretty important figure to get, especially if you're a fan of Halo 3 ODST, or I guess Buck, the character, in general. Here's a look at them from the back. They all have peg holes there, so you can attach their weapons. But yeah, Buck is, like I said, I think he's going to be pretty desirable. Plus Nathan Fillion. So, those are the 3 figures that are included in the set. One last thing to mention is that the set also includes a mounted plasma cannon for that elite. And honestly, I don't think he stands a chance against that tank with that turret alone. But it's there anyway. We have been due a new Scorpion tank for a long time now, and I think that this one definitely delivers. I think that is a significant improvement over the first version, which was released over 5 years ago now. I think that there is a lot of building going on here, a lot of interesting techniques and pieces used into putting it together, and after all the time and effort you put into building it, I think that the end result is very satisfying because, in my opinion, I think the tank looks great. Looks very good. I like the color choice, the solid green color, and even the changes that they add, while they are pretty minor, I don't mind them, and I think they actually add to the look of it. I love how there are no stickers in this set. I absolutely love that most of these new Mega Bloks sets have no stickers and they're just printed on. As for the figures, I think that it is a pretty good choice, or a good selection of figures. I like the nod to the first version with the inclusion of like a red Spartan and a blue Elite, and I think that Spartan Buck is basically a bonus, or just, I guess if you're not interested in the tank, he makes it a must-have, just so you can get him to complete Fire Team Osiris, or if you're a fan of Halo 3 ODST. But I think people will get this set for both, honestly. I think all of it is good. The functionality of the tank, it's good that you are able to aim the main cannon up and down, and you can rotate the turret 360 degrees along with a secondary turret. And you also have the hatch where you can put a driver. So, overall, I am definitely a big fan of this set. I think my only complaint would be that the Elite seems pretty outmatched and maybe could have used a heavy weapon like a fuel rod or something, so we would stand somewhat of a chance against the tank, but other than that, really no complaints on my part. So, what do you guys think of this set? Do you prefer the old version of the Scorpion tank? Do you think this will be a fun vehicle to use in Halo 5 Guardians? Leave your comments below with your thoughts. Like or dislike the video depending on if you liked it or disliked it, and subscribe to the Brick Zone for more video reviews and stop motions.